Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Monday, August 5th, and we are on to another week. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. I feel good today. Yesterday, not so much. Had a very late night. Had a podcast. Had been at a winery earlier in the day with my wife. Look, I had like a half a glass or maybe 3/4 of a glass of wine. I didn't drink a lot of wine, but it was just something about the day where we had the long day. I got home. I had like 4 beers during our podcast, which is nothing out of the ordinary for me. I mean, that's about what I usually have. It's usually, I've always said it's when I have that 5th beer that I have trouble, but it didn't help. I ended up staying up much later than I should have, doing stuff. I got to bed at like 3 a.m. And the killer of all of this was then I turned around and got up at 6 a.m. to go to the Indiana State Fair, where I keep saying my niece, but technically she's my grandniece. She's my niece's daughter. Compete in a dairy beef contest where they show cattle. And so I went there for that. She did very well. It was fun. It was good to see family, but it was a long day. And thankfully my wife drove. And actually on the way home, I slept most of the way home. That was the tough part. The tough part was living on 3 hours of sleep after a long day on Saturday. And so I wasn't very active on Twitter. I caught up on the feeds late last night and this morning. I watched last night's show. So I'll try to cover a little bit of my thoughts today. And maybe tomorrow I will have, or maybe late tonight, I will have what I talked about doing. So talking about Saturday's podcast, I actually tackled the leak video, which I thought was very important. And so I wanted to and especially because even though a lot of you have probably heard it, matter of fact, those of you that are patrons of my CarCast patron account, I posted the video. It's out there. It's linked. If you haven't checked your patron page for Mike's Big Brother CarCast, not the Big Brother Gossip Show, although those of you that are Big Brother Gossip Show members, the video is there as well. So you can, the Big Brother Gossip Show, Scott posted it last night. You can download the entire video, or you can watch the entire video. Scott posted it last night, the link. I had split it into 2 pieces, and I uploaded it to Daily Motion, and the links are on my CarCast patron. So those of you that are patrons of one or both should have the ability to go back and watch it. And I'm sorry I'm not making it available to everybody. It may still be out there floating around. The problem is that if we make it too easy for CBS to track down, they will get it taken away and shut down, and that's not what we want. However, what my intention is to do, hopefully today after work, is that I want to let me go back. Let me take a step back here. So on Saturday, pretty much for about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, I went through the entire 90 minutes or so of the video, the leak video, and got excerpts, got clips to play on the show. Now I know how can it take me 4.5, whatever. First of all, that isn't just solid. I mean, sometimes I got up and walked away and would come back, and so it's off and on. But over the course of that 4.5 hours or 5 hours, I was picking through, finding a clip that I thought was important, and then editing that down for time. So you might take a 4-minute exchange and then try to cut it down to less than 2 minutes by either cutting out awkward pauses or extraneous comments, or maybe even taking out pieces of comments. So CBS did this last night. they edited out from my watching it. There's this whole, what I consider an important thing about an alliance that was called the Southerners, or didn't really exist, but was thought to exist, called the Southerners. That was a whole theme during that leak video. Well, you didn't hear one bit about that on the CBS show, and I think they just made the decision that, this is too confusing and cumbersome to bring in another non-alliance as a way to explain the story, so we'll just get rid of that and tell the story slightly differently. But I think it makes a big difference in the way the story comes across, so that's why I want to redo this, my take on it, or let me finish my thought here. So I went through, recorded all that, got it, picked through it, had it done, and at the end, I had about 16, 17 minutes of audio from that 90-minute clip. And we decided that because 16 minutes of audio to play on the show actually will add up to at least probably double that, because we'll talk about it afterwards. After each clip, we'll have a conversation. And so, that's a lot to do when that's all of it's really, not current stuff since the eviction happened. But so I went through and I picked through and I said, all right, I get what I want to get to tell the story. And I went clip, cut, pulled out this, pull out that, and I pulled out half of them got it down to about 9 minutes. Now, the problem is those of you that listen to the Big Brother Gossip Show know that one of the clips I didn't think I pulled, I did pull, and that caused confusion on our show because it didn't get played. I thought it was going to get played, and it didn't. So my thought was, I want to take all the clips, including the ones that were played on Saturday, and I'm going to record a CarCast hopefully tonight. Not on my car though. I'll record it on my regular setup for the podcast and play each one of those clips. Now it's already getting a little bit dated, but I still want to do it just for posterity's sake. I just want to have a reference, and so I think I'm going to post it, record it, and post it on this platform, on my Big Brother CarCast platform. And so those of you that listen to this obviously will get to hear it. And I got enough positive feedback from several people saying they would like to hear it that I want to get that done. So that's my plan for tonight, is to record all that and put it out. It'll be less than, it'll be half hour, 45 minutes. The most I can do on one recording on this platform is 45 minutes. That's the restriction of Spreaker, unless I pay more, and I really don't want to pay more for their service, because I almost never tend to have more than 20 minutes at most of a podcast. So the only problem is that over the weekend I've been downloading my old ones, because now my old ones I have to go back, but this is how far back I have to go. So I am now saving and archiving for my own ridiculous, I'll never listen to them again purposes, CarCast that I recorded in 2016. So I'm taking back Big Brother 18 CarCasts just right at the front end, right at the beginning of the season, and downloading them and saving them. They're no longer available on the platform because I have to make room, because I'm limited to 100 hours of recording. So that's what I'm doing, and there's no easy way to do this. You just have to, I have to download it, save the name, and it's a pain. But I am doing that because the version I have, I don't want to pay, I can't remember how much more it is. I think it's almost like double. I think it's over $100 a year to have unlimited, but that's the problem. It says you have unlimited, but as soon as I stop paying, suddenly those will go away and I won't have access to them, or I won't be able to record any new ones to clear out the old ones. And you can't just, if I delete them, they're gone. So I've cleared off about 3 hours worth. I'm down I have 97 hours now. And as I said, they're really old. But I'll do that tonight. So let's talk about what's going on now. So as we talked about on the show, sorry, get a drink. As we talked about on the show, Jessica won the power veto. Jessica's all about, while she did nominate Jack and Jackson, she's all about no conflict. She wants to keep it as low conflict as possible. And so she's not going to use the power of veto, because that would mean she'd have to put somebody else up. So Jessica's power is done. She's not going to use it. I would not call it a flop. I mean, we've kind of joked that it's a flop, and in some ways it is a flop for CBS, because they would probably have liked her to use it, just for the drama part of it. But really, her power did cause a lot of, chaos, and look at what Cliff did. So her power had an effect on the show, but they didn't get to use it. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not crazy about it just because of the way it fell out, but at this point, it's done. It's over with, and if it gives me a little bit of satisfaction to say it was a flop, then maybe I'll say it was a flop again. Cliff is... not Cliff. So Jessica won't use the power of veto today, so Jack and Jackson will stay up. It really does look like Jack is going. That's kind of who they wanted to go, and they were trying to plan it so that Jack would think Jackson was going, then it was Jack. But that's really not happening. The whole house seems to think that at worst, or at best, it's going to be a tie vote, and Jessica will have to break the tie. But frankly, Jessica does not want to break the tie, because Jessica doesn't want conflict. Jessica doesn't want to be the bad person other than making her nominations. Jessica wants to make sure that, if possible, it's a five-way vote, at least 5-3, not 4-4. And I think it's going to be 5-8 at the very. It may be 6-2. I'm not sure. I don't know who. I can't imagine Annalise is going to vote, and but I don't know about anybody else. We know that Holly's probably going to vote to evict Jack, and then you have Nicole and Cliff and probably Kat. Even though she said she was going to vote for Jackson until he was gone, I think in this case she may actually vote for Jack. And Nick's actually been trying to play both sides, possibly to the detriment of his game. He's not. I don't know what angle Jack is playing, or Nick is playing. I mean, I don't know if he's interested in Annalise and thinks that he'll have a shot at Annalise once Jack is gone. I'm not sure. I mean, in theory, Nick's got Bella, so I'm not sure what Nick's doing. Nick's got kind of a icky vibe to him, in my opinion. Nick, I'm not sure. But, yeah, Nick's been kind of playing both sides of the fence. But we have, I said Nicole and Cliff and Kat and Holly, who will most likely vote to evict Jack, and probably Nick as well. So there probably will be the 5, at least, voting. Tommy and Christy, I don't know. They may go along with the masses. I'm just not sure. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty darn sure that Jack is leaving. So, Jack will get voted out. That's what we know. Let's not worry about talking about that anymore now until later, because frankly, I got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to talk about that. The punishments from the power of veto. I've barely paid attention to this, but this partially goes with the fact that I was not near any place to easily watch the feeds yesterday, but I don't regret that, because it seems to be very punishment-centric of a feed, because Jack is getting yelled at by Alan the Angry Alien. Okay. I wondered about this. I want to go back to the... part of me wants to. This is file this in the category of things Mike says he wants to do and never will really do. And that would be the shouting guy. I can't... And maybe one of you remembers exactly what the genesis of it was. The shouting guy was a guy came out and shouted at... Did he shout at Amanda? Shouted at one of the house guests a few years ago. I thought it was only a couple of times or something. Maybe it was a punishment where they did it the whole time. But the point is, angry guy shouts at, house guests, and it was a funny bit. And now we are approaching the let's beat this into the ground with it happening as a regular thing. And it's actually the same actor, I think. He's come out and started shouting during a competition. Just okay. And part of the pain is that they use it a couple of times, and then, there's no have-nots this week, is there? Oh, no have-nots this week. My damn have-not counter. There's another thing that Mike hasn't done, but frankly, at most it's gotten a minute and a half coverage. There are no have-nots this week to talk about, so there you go. So they've done 2 weeks out of the whole run so far. So I'm the angry guy, annoying. That's what I think about that. The angry shouting guy is annoying, and that's the fate of Jack. And then Tommy loves his costume where he's supposed to be an alien or whatever he's supposed to be, but a person, and he either is moving faster than the speed of sound, sight, or smell. Or sight, I said light. Sound, light, or smell. So sound, he's runs around with these really wimpy air horns that barely squeak. Maybe they're going to add a sound effect to it. I'm not sure. And then sight, he's got these flashing strobe lights that he straps to his wrists. And smell, I don't even know what he does in smell. But he has to go to every single room and do this. Remember when Paul had to run to every room and be the secret agent kind of a thing? Yeah, okay. Or the Secret Service? Yeah, same thing. Different costume. Same overly enthusiastic house guest. Or similar. I still think Tommy's going to have a big shot at winning. That being the case, Tommy can be a bit annoying. But again, I don't think he hurt his game this weekend. I do not think with the whole blow up and everything, I think he's still in decently good shape. Jackson's punishment has not come yet. Probably they're waiting until after Jax is done, which maybe Jax is done today. Maybe his is done now. Maybe it started yesterday morning. I don't know. So now they'll do Jackson's. Maybe the angry alien's going to show up and Jackson's going to have to put Band-Aids on him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is. Supposed to be a doctor to an alien. That's what Scott had written down. I'm going with his thing. That Jackson's supposed to take care of a sick or an ill or maybe an injured alien. And so Jackson may have to put Band-Aids on him or do something. I just don't know. We won't see it on the feeds because they cut the feeds when they do this crap, which just basically cuts into the feeds. And so, I'm over this whole fairly recent phase of Big Brother where they just manufacture stuff to show. I mean, that's what this is. This is manufactured TV stuff. They've gone from let's just catch the drama and stuff to let's find stuff that we can formulate, stuff that we know works, and we will do these bits every year. Yeah. So that's where things are at. Jessica is head of household. Jack and Jackson are nominated. The Power Veto meeting is today. Won't be, Power Veto won't be used. Christie's power won't be used. And then it will be on to Tuesday. And the consensus at this point, or on to Thursday, and the consensus at this point seems to be that Jack is the one going to be evicted. Annalise is trying to save her man, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right, that's where we're at, folks. And I will hopefully tonight do the thing that I've now promised that I'm going to try to do, which will probably take me a couple of hours. Yeah, it'll end up being well, maybe not. Maybe I'll be able to whip through it, but I know me, and I know that I'll try to make it too perfect or something. But it really is just me laying out all the clips and then recording my thoughts before each one, and it'll just be me, so I shouldn't talk too much, right? Because I don't talk a whole lot, right? Oh, look, we're 20 minutes into my talking to myself. Yeah, I don't talk too much. All right, guys, that's it. We'll talk to you tomorrow or late tonight via that thing if I get it done. We'll see. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, those of you that, let me say this. Those of you that want those links, I'm not trying to be a dick about this. But, yeah, the leaked video, it's out there probably if you can find it. I just don't want to publicly post stuff to try to get it taken down. I'm worried to get taken down. If you're a patron of the Big Brother Gossip Show, which you can do it at $1 a month if you want to, you can just sign up that way. Oh, and somebody did win the bag. For the person who won it got a hold of me last night. So one bag has been claimed. The funny part is that the person wants the day drinking bag, which will amuse Colette to no end. And so we'll still have the Big Brother Gossip Show bag signed by Tom Green to give away at the end of this month. So if you're still interested in that, sign up to be a patron at the Big Brother Gossip Show, which will also give you access to download the video of the leak. If not, if you want to be a patron of my CarCast, which is this, you can go to the patreon.com. I think BB Gossip is what it is. Patreon.com/BB Gossip and sign up. And yeah, you can be a patron there. Okay, that's where we're at. Sorry, I was trying to figure out my parking situation. Because yes, we have now arrived at the parking garage. Patreon.com/BB Gossip will be for this patron. And as I said, I've put links up to the Daily Motion video, and you can go watch it there. If you're at the Big Brother Gossip Show, you also have the option to download the actual video. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm parking my car. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Happy Monday. Yay, work. Bye-bye.